Before I start this video of the best two-disc sets, I do want to give these two honorable mentions. So, I don't want to leave these out if they're not on the list. So, these two, Hard Knocks, Chris Benoit story, and the Eddie Guerrero story, Cheating Death and Stealing Life. These definitely deserve to be mentioned. So, I just wanted to show these two as well real quick. Alright, what's up you guys? I'm here with the top 10 best two-disc sets that WWE has ever released. I'm not including Blu-rays and I'm not including pay-per-views. I'm just going off of the classic two-disc sets because most Blu-rays were originally three-disc sets on DVD, so that doesn't count then. So, number 10, Rob Van Dam, One of a Kind. This is a great set. I'm a huge Rob Van Dam fan. So, this was kind of surprising that we got this, especially for the time. So I'm really glad we got a RVD DVD. And, if anything, it could have been a documentary. But, it's still a good two-disc compilation set. Alright, so next, number 9, Bloodsport, the most violent matches in ECW. This is a great set. I personally love this. This is one of my personal favorites. And you have, I think it's like 19 just brutal, over-the-top matches from the classic ECW. Like, what more could you possibly need? Next up, we have Brian Pillman, Loose Cannon. This is a set that I'm glad they released because nowadays I don't think we'd get a Brian Pillman DVD. He's just not very well known to the current generation. So, I think they kind of, at the time it was kind of a sales risk to release this because not many people know who Brian Pillman is anymore. So, at the time, I'm just really glad that they released this, told his story, because I think it's a story that definitely needs to be told and deserves to be told. And I hope one day they can, throw him in the Hall of Fame. Hopefully. Next up, we have The Life and Times of Mr. Perfect. I think this could have been a 3-disc set. I really do. It has a decent documentary and, a decent match listing, but the reason this one isn't higher is I honestly think this could have been blown up just a little bit more. I really do. Because it's Mr. Perfect. I think he deserves, honestly, a 3-disc set. Next, we have the Ric Flair and the Four Horsemen DVD. This one's great. This one, it's almost like a wrestling textbook. You open it up, pop it in, and it's just history lesson. And, it teaches you so much about the business and, even territory days, everything like that. So this one, I think it's a fantastic set. And I'm actually surprised that they released this one. Who knew the Four Horsemen would get a DVD? And I think they're in the Hall of Fame in 2012, I believe. So, very well deserving for the Four Horsemen. My personal favorite promotion from the territory days is the AWA. You can see you have Mean Gene, Shawn Michaels, Hulk Hogan there, Ric Flair. This is a great set. And like I said, it's one of those ones, it's like a history lesson for people who don't quite understand the territory days or quite understand, older promotions and classic wrestling. This is definitely for you. And, I thought they did a very good job at really capturing the magic of AWA. I know a lot of people say the AWA was boring. I disagree. But, I'm a huge fan of classic wrestling, though, so maybe I'm a little biased. Next up, we have the McMahon DVD. This is fantastic. I love this set. Who doesn't love a Vince McMahon DVD? Come on. Has most of his great matches on here, and a very revealing documentary about his life, which is awesome. So, this one, this could have been a 3-disc set as well, but I think it works just as well as a 2-disc set. Next up, we have the Twist of Fate DVD, the Matt and Jeff Hardy story, signed by both. Very proud of that. I actually met them separately to get them signed, so pretty cool. But this one tells the story of Matt and Jeff. It's a story we all know now, but at the time, this wasn't that well known of a story. And you have 1 disc for each of them, tells their story. And they have the same story, but then they really branch off into their own careers, which is why I'm glad they utilize their own disc. So I think that's cool that they did that. You have some great matches on here as well from both of them, as well as tag team and some cool extras. I just really, really love this set. Next up, we have the Triumph and Tragedy of World Class Championship Wrestling. You have the Von Erichs, the Freebirds, and this awesome cover. Really is. And this is one of the most tragic stories in wrestling. The story of the Von Erichs. And, this is just another great history lesson. These 2-disc sets were very, very well done back in the day. Like, I love these 2-disc sets, even more than the 3 discs. I just think this is so cool. Like, you have, let's see, 6-hour runtime and just awesome content here. You have, of course, a documentary going over the Von Erich family. It's more about the promotion, but it obviously goes over the Von Erich family. They deserve a DVD of their own. But look at that. That whole documentary there. You have extra features, bunch of matches. This is an absolute great set. Really is. And then finally, obviously, what do you think number 1's going to be? None other than the Rise and Fall of ECW. This is, here, I'm just going to show you the documentary because that is the documentary. Look at that. It is just insane how much content is on this documentary and how much they cover. Like, they covered literally everything they could possibly need to cover. And then you have some extras here. Really cool artwork. This is the best documentary they've ever done. And I rank this as the best wrestling DVD of all time, period. So, this is just a fantastic set. It really, really is. So let me know what your ranking would be. It's kind of hard to do the worst ones, because there's not too many bad ones. There's really only one I can think of at the moment that I would put as like a bad 2-disc set. But let me know if you still want to see something around that. So, for now, I hope you guys enjoyed. This has been the DVD Freak. Peace out.